Yeah,
I just want to real quick mute everybody. I don't know who's the moderator right now, but or everyone put themselves on mute so they don't interrupt.
Oh yeah, thank you, Laura. Yep, mute.
Oh, all right. Well, hi everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Kirk.
Yeah, I'm Kirk, Charlie. So we thought we'd just give you a little tour of our place, of the dining rooms and projects that we're working on, and settle in the lounge after making a drink with our server and bartender Angie. She'll be giving us a little demonstration of mixing a cocktail. So we're here in the sun porch. I'll flip the camera around and walk around the house a bit. See if that, oh, there we go. So when you come into the restaurant, this is our one dining room on the sun porch. And we've started to remove some tables to anticipate more of a less crowded dining area. We're also using it right now as our little garden start spot. So that's the sun porch. And coming through this way, this is another dining room with some treats for everybody. And this farm table we had made out of wood from the hayloft of our barn, and it's seen a lot of fun parties here. Across from that, we have just a small, intimate two-top table here in the nook, and also made from the wood from our barn, as well as the tables on the sun porch out there. So you can see the sun porch through there. And sorry if I make you dizzy. We'll go show you a project that we're working on right now. It's in progress, obviously, but this is the original library of the house. We're off of it. That looked like this. We saved this wall of the wallpaper because it was in decent shape, and we'll varnish it. Yeah, we'll save it. And so these rooms will be used for dining as well once we're done, of course. Our living quarters. And here's the lounge, where also we'll be removing some of these tables and moving them over to the library side. And the guidelines. Yeah, depending on the guidelines. And we have a nice upright piano. Anyone is welcome to play whenever. And so the bar build out, we opened up this opening between the two rooms. So there's a good flow of traffic between the two areas. And coming into the bar now, which was custom made by Wes Reddick in Belfast. And from Sheldon Slate in Monson, Maine. These stools are from Windsor Chairmakers in Lincolnville. So as well as the food that we make and prepare, we also have been using local regional craftsmen to create this space. Yeah, so there's the bar. And
Oh, cool. Oh, I didn't want to interrupt you. Our friend and neighbor Peter Walls did the copper finish on the bar, and he did a really incredible job. Wes Reddick built the bar and did an amazing job as well.
so, does anybody have any questions right now? Well, if they,
Kirk, how big is the whole building? How many rooms is this beautiful mansion?
well, it's a total of 14 rooms. It's there's 6 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms, and then the space down here for the restaurant area and bar. So yeah, it's about, I don't know, the house is about 5,000 square feet. So I don't know if I'd call it a mansion, but it's certainly a big house. Yeah, so that was just a quick lap around the dining areas and settle into the bar.
You have to tell everybody that about the silkiness of the bar and the heated bar. I'm super impressed by that.
So the bar top is heated like you'd heat a floor, so that in the wintertime when people come in for a drink, it has kind of an ambient temperature of about 60 degrees, not warm enough to melt your drink but warm enough to take the chill off in the middle of winter. So we thought that was kind of a fun thing to do.
I've never heard of that. Is that like common in other places? You just invented that?
No,
Cool.
It's not common.
We put a lot of intention into everything that we do, and so we really try to think out the details, like the spacing of the tables, how the table heights. You know, we sat with Wes several times determining what size the tables would be, how high, how much leg room you would have, because we really are trying to create, you know, a really intentional special experience that you don't get everywhere. That's relaxed and comfortable and a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So if Angie wants to take over the screen and show us how to mix up a Saratoga whiskey cocktail, can you facilitate that?
Hello.
How's that? Here's Angie.
Hey.
Hi there.
Hello, everyone. My name is Angie. I've been with Kirk and Charlie for a year now, and it has been an absolute pleasure. They're the best guys I've ever met, and they've become really good friends of mine. So as soon as we open back up, I hope I see all of you at the Hitchborn in their beautiful facility, and I miss you guys.
Miss you too.
Miss you too.
I live about 1.5 miles down the road, but I'm still late. I won't get better. But the drink today is called the Saratoga. In the extra time that I've had, I have this beautiful cookbook, Toulouse Truck Cooking. And we found this cocktail and I shared it with the guys and we drank together one night remotely. And we decided that we should try and make it all for you. So it's really simple. It's 3 ingredients. Let me grab them from my bar. It starts with Courvoisier or any kind of cognac that you have is fine. We use a sweet vermouth. I like Dolan. Dolan is distributed by our great friends at Easterly right in Belfast. And you can pick this up at either, I think Eat More Cheap and the Co-op both carry it. Then a whiskey or a bourbon. Bullet Bourbon happens to be on sale at Tozier's today. So that's what we're drinking in my So you're gonna take a cocktail glass or a shaker. I collect vintage in my house, whatever works. And you're gonna put ice in it. And then it's quite a simple ratio. I have a jigger because I am a bartender, but 1 ounce, 1 ounce, 1 ounce, or if you're really thirsty, 2 ounce, 2 ounce, 2 ounce.
Yes, 2 ounces.
And then you're just gonna stir it. Please don't shake it. If anyone ever shakes your Manhattan or your old fashioned, send it back. You should never have Manhattan with foam on top.
Good to know. I love your dress.
I haven't put on makeup or a dress in 6 weeks, so I'm excited. And I was coordinating with the colors of the Hitchborn.
Oh, yeah.
Just take a glass, any glass you want to drink out of. You can either drink it straight or on the rocks. I'm just going to put a couple rocks in there. And then this old guy. And then you really want to finish with a lemon. Zest the lemon. I use a knife and I go right down the side. If you have a lemon peeler or a vegetable peeler at home, you can do that. One of the most important parts making a drink, you want to twist your lemon over the top so that beautiful little spritz gets on the top of your drink. Always run it over the rim so when you drink it, you get the whiff of it, and then drop it in. And cheers.
Cheers.
So, drink, I'll head into back, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you, Andy.
It was awesome. So, Charlie and Kirk, do you think you could tell us a little bit about how you came to do this business and how you came to this this building?
Oh,
Sure.
sure.
So, gosh, back in, sorry, back in, let's see, but gosh, it was 2016. Well, we're from Portland, Oregon, but back in 2016, we got tired of Portland. So we decided to look for something new, and through online searches, we decided that we wanted to check out New England more closely. So we ended up.
And Kirk had been here as a kid.
Yeah, I've been in Maine growing up. The family used to vacation here and such, but yeah. So we decided to settle on New England to look for the next project, and spent about 4 or 5 months living out of our Volkswagen Westphalia, driving around Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine looking for the right spot. In
the middle of winter, by the way.
Oh yeah. So that was, early 2017. By the time we settled all our business in Portland, Oregon, and hit the road to come look for the next project. So now we're in 2017, and we found the Hitchborn, but we couldn't come to terms right away. So we ended up going back to Oregon for about 10 months, and ending up able to strike a deal with the previous owners of this place in late 2017. So in November of 2017, we bought this and got straight to work on a commercial kitchen and stripping miles of wallpaper and painting, and just making good updates to the building so that we could open just 7 months later. June 1st of 2018, we opened the Hitchborn for our first summer. And
what brought us to Waldo County specifically was originally when we came to Maine, we were looking at an inn in Bethel, and we looked at an inn in Kingfield, and we thought, one time we thought we wanted to do rooms, but just to be clear, we are the Hitchborn, we are not the Hitchborn Inn, and we've really been trying to get that inn part out of it, because we're not an inn at all, so we realized
the Hitchborn.
At one time, it was a B&B for about 18 years, and so, but that was a past life. The B&B actually closed in 2009, and the building was for sale for almost 10 years. And we kind of found it haphazardly on one of the trips after Kingfield and Bethel didn't really strike. We had come out to Belfast for a weekend during that time and got familiar with the area, fell in love with the area, and so we decided to look in Belfast. And originally, there was nothing in Belfast, as many people know, that we could afford that was in any it was in anywhere near this condition. I mean, the systems of this house were very good, and the layout was really good, which made sense for a restaurant. And you know, coming from away, we thought that no one's going to mind driving 15 minutes to have dinner, and not realizing that that could be an issue. Thankfully, it hasn't been an issue. You know,
We have diners coming in from all over, though. You know, Blue Hill,
Castine,
Bangor. I mean, even down. We've had folks drive up from New Hampshire on occasion, but certainly the tourism is a big part too, with folks coming in from all up and down the eastern seaboard.
And the wealth of food production in Waldo and Knox County, and actually the whole mid-coast area, and the number of people that are producing really amazing things to eat and growing delicious vegetables and fantastic meat. I mean, it was kind of a no-brainer to open a restaurant here. It's a wonderful place to cook, not to mention the seafood. So we feel really lucky to be here. We kind of hung everything out there to make this happen. And you know, up until a few weeks ago, it's been working great.
Yeah.
We started 2020 42% over. They asked us to be candid about business, so we started 2020 42% over the prior year, which was really significant for obvious reasons. So we've been really happy that we've been able to build a local clientele and from all of these surrounding communities, and feel very fortunate that it has been working. And so, you know, now we're trying to do this shift over to the next phase, or hopefully temporary phase, and make it work again. Because right now we're sort of treading water, as many of you are, I'm sure.
Awesome. Do we want to open it up to folks if they have questions for Charlie and Kirk? Folks want to come off mute and have a say?
Charlie and Kirk, what are your favorite things on the menu?
On our menu?
On your menu, like if you had to pick one thing that was your absolute favorite, I know they're all delicious and you all have your heart and soul and everything on the menu, but if you only could choose one thing to have, what would it be?
Kirk's probably better to answer that.
I don't know. I'd get in trouble if I picked just one.
It's not children, it's okay.
Well, the first thing that came to mind when you asked the question was the salted cod fritters. They're I could just eat those all the time if I could. But
They're amazing.
Yeah, I did make those for today, but
I wanted them. But what do you think? What's your favorite thing to cook?
I think it's whatever I'm cooking next. The menu is small, and it's intentionally small so that we can change it often through the season as things are becoming available from local farmers. And so it gives us flexibility to move things around and keep it interesting for us and for the diners. And you know, it's so it's nice to have that flexibility and be able to change. Moving forward, the takeaway program, I guess we'll mention that we're starting takeaway. We'll post the menu on May 2nd, and it'll be a pre-order you'll pre-order for the following weekend. So the next pickup would be the following Friday and Saturday. We'll post more details online. But they'll be, you know, again, trying to use as much local product as we can. We're kind of in in a flux right now, with farmers are moving things from greenhouse to open farm ground. So we're anticipating that, and we'll have a selection of soups. There'll be an entree that changes, 1 or 2 entrees that change every week. There'll be some sides and some breads and some desserts. Coconut cream pie for 2 is going to be one of them, because people have been, people who knew we were going to get known for pie, but we'll take it.
It's as big as your head. It's enormous and it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard about the pie.
We'll show you the prototype pie for 2s.
Oh my gosh.
A pie for me?
Monet, we can split it on a social distance visit.
I like it.
In Temple Heights.
That's if you
Yeah,
So crab cakes with lemon and caper creme fraiche and chives from our garden.
Oh, right.
And then we have fried goat cheese with fig jam and wild celery from our garden. And then some beautiful little island oysters that Angie picked up for us on Saturday that are absolutely delicious.
So, but the pie.
But back to pie.
Back to pie.
But we'll be doing 3 kinds of pie.
So yeah, there'll be 3 kinds of pie, and we'll be posting the menu in the next few days, and figure out the to-go menu and how that's all going to work out. But we'll figure it out.
Well, that's awesome. We'll be sure to share that on BayPro. The people will want to know.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And so just listening to the governor today, we're encouraged that there might be some sort of semblance of normal restaurant service, possibly in June, which we're excited about. And so we've been kind of trying to figure out the layout of the restaurant and how we can, give everybody at least 6 feet of space between parties. And so opening up those 2 other parlors and finishing those out so we can have groups in different spaces and hopefully maximize the opportunity if and when we're allowed.
Yeah, and we might extend our hours so we can still hit the kind of numbers that we need to stay in business
to make it worthwhile.
But I think between the 2, like having a limited dine-in experience as well as a to-go program, will be good. Honestly, we've luckily positioned ourselves pretty well, and one of the smartest things that we did was not overextend ourselves as far as when we initially bought this place, by having a home and a business. So we live here as well in an apartment on the 2nd level. So yeah, we did. Where our finances are I don't know. I guess we're not maintaining 2 different residences. A house and another restaurant. So that was good in retrospect, I guess, in this situation.
And is it? Would you consider doing takeout cocktails? Because I hear that might be going through as being okay.
Oh, it's a possibility. There's, obviously specific guidelines about how we produce the cocktails, and I think it's limited to 4.5 ounces of actual spirits, and there has to be labeling with the breakdown of the spirits, and so there are some guidelines and some hoops to jump through, obviously, but it is nice that the state is allowing that.
Yeah.
So that is something we might pursue, but we've ordered all these to-go products, and they require a tamper-proof lid. So we would end up ordering more. I saw that Taoyuan in Brunswick is doing like kind of a Ziploc bag, like a seal bag that you would. So that might a pouch, I guess, that might be something that we would do. I was thinking along the lines of little juice bottles that Kate uses at Gray's Maine. Those would work as well. So Yeah, well, definitely. I mean, right now we're exploring all options, and the reason we kind of held off on doing the takeaway was we wanted to kind of, allow some time for things to shake out, see how bad the outbreak was going to be in Maine, because we live here as well, and we chose to close on March 14th, and on March 14th, I mean, that was prior to the governor's order, and but we had people coming in from New York and Boston that night. And we had people, and we just decided that it was like, we need to just pull the plug now. And I think having watched it kind of roll through the West Coast and our friends and families, we wanted to be proactive rather than reactive. So it was a tough decision, but we did it. And
yeah, it was hard.
I'm glad we did.
Yeah, I'm glad we did too, obviously. But yeah, it was a difficult day, but it was the right thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, how is everybody holding up during this? I mean, really, this is incredibly a stressful time for everyone, and so it's yeah. I mean, we're obviously all in this together, but man, I've struggled this entire time. It's been really, really hard, and so trying to adjust to the new normal and anticipate like how we all move forward.
Yeah, I think with that question, it'd be a good time for folks to come off mute if they wanted. We usually do like a little popcorn type update at the end of these meetings where people can just share for a minute what's going on in their business, but it might be nice to introduce each other and kind of check in.